The smoke curls from the peace pipe, a gray tendril against a backdrop of stark mesas and a sky bruised purple by the setting sun. The wind whispers through the canyons, carrying with it the echoes of ancient chants and the mournful cries of a people displaced. This is Native America, a land of rugged beauty, profound spirituality, and a history etched in both triumph and tragedy. Our journey takes us through the heart of this land, through its legends and its truths, through the eyes of its people. We move through time, shadows and light intermingling as we navigate the stark landscapes of the American West. Our story is one of resilience, of a people who have faced unimaginable hardships yet clung fiercely to their heritage. It's a story of survival against all odds, of a culture that refuses to be silenced. The drums beat a steady rhythm, a heartbeat in the stillness of the desert night. It's a call to remember, to listen to the whispers on the wind, to the stories carried on the backs of eagles. We are drawn into this world, a world often shrouded in misconception and romanticized narratives. Our lens will be that of truth, a stark and unflinching look at the reality of Native American existence. The arrival of Europeans cast a long shadow over the lives of Native Americans. What was once a tapestry of diverse cultures, languages, and traditions was irrevocably altered. Treaties were made and broken, lands were stolen, and a way of life was threatened with extinction. Through the mists of time we glimpse a world before colonization, a world where harmony existed between man and nature. Tribes flourished, each with its unique customs and beliefs, interconnected by a deep reverence for the land. The arrival of Europeans shattered this delicate balance, setting in motion a chain of events that continues to reverberate today. We see the forced relocation, the Trail of Tears, the confinement to reservations. These are not just historical events, but open wounds on the soul of a nation. They are stories whispered from generation to generation, a reminder of the resilience of a people determined to hold on to their identity. Yet, even in the face of such adversity, the spirit of Native Americans remained unbroken. They fought for their land, their culture, their very existence. Their story is one of both resistance and adaptation, a testament to the strength that comes from an enduring connection to one's heritage. Despite the hardships they faced, Native Americans never surrendered their spirit. They clung to their traditions, their languages, their stories, passing them down through generations like precious heirlooms. These traditions, woven into the very fabric of their being, became a source of strength and resilience. We see the intricate beadwork, the vibrant dances, the stories told around crackling fires. These are not relics of the past, but living expressions of a culture that continues to thrive. The spirit of Native America is woven into the land itself, into the whispering winds, the flowing rivers, the towering mountains. It is a spirit that speaks of resilience, of a deep connection to nature, of a profound understanding of the interconnectedness of all things. Their stories are not just tales of survival, but blueprints for living in harmony with the earth. As we journey deeper into the heart of Native America, we will uncover these stories, peeling back the layers of history to reveal the richness and complexity of a culture that has too often been misunderstood and misrepresented. We will witness the struggles and celebrate the triumphs, giving voice to a people whose story deserves to be heard and understood. The wind howls a mournful tune through the canyons, a lament for a time long past. Before Europeans arrived, 1,000 nations thrived across North America, each one a unique thread in the rich tapestry of Native American life. From the Arctic to the Southwest, they lived in harmony with the land. Skilled hunters, farmers, and fishermen, their lives intertwined with nature. They understood the language of the trees and the whispers of the wind. Their world was one of balance, where every creature held a sacred place. They believed in the power of the natural world. Their ceremonies connected them with unseen forces, but this harmony was soon to be shattered. The arrival of Europeans cast a long shadow over the land. The wind would soon carry tales of hardship and struggle. Across millennia, Native Americans left their mark upon the land, not with grand monuments of stone, but with a legacy woven into the very fabric of the continent. Their presence can be felt in the names of rivers and mountains, in the stories whispered by the wind through ancient ruins. From the towering pueblos of the Chaco Canyon to the intricate mounds of the Mississippi Valley, their architectural prowess is a testament to their ingenuity and understanding of their environment. These structures, more than just dwellings, were expressions of their cosmology, their connection to the cosmos, their place in the grand scheme of existence. Their stories, passed down through countless generations, are more than just tales. They are maps of the soul, repositories of wisdom, guides for navigating the complexities of life. These stories speak of creation, of heroes and tricksters, of the sacred bond between humanity and the natural world. The footprints of their ancestors are everywhere, etched into the landscape, woven into the songs of birds, carried on the backs of the wind. To truly understand Native America, one must listen to these whispers, feel the pulse of the earth beneath their feet, and open their hearts to the stories that echo through time. The history of Native Americans is a kaleidoscope of diverse cultures, each with its own unique story to tell. From the nomadic tribes of the Great Plains to the settled agricultural societies of the Southwest, their adaptability and resilience is a testament to the human spirit. The Iroquois Confederacy, a powerful alliance of 6 nations, forged a system of governance based on consensus and mutual respect. Their story is a reminder that strength lies in diplomacy, cooperation, and shared leadership. In the Pacific Northwest, tribes developed sophisticated fishing techniques and a deep reverence for the salmon. Their story speaks to the importance of living in balance with nature and ensuring the well-being of future generations. Each tribe holds a wealth of knowledge and a unique perspective on the world. To understand Native America is to appreciate the tapestry of its diversity and the richness of its many voices. The spirits of the ancestors whisper through the canyons, their voices carried on the wind, their stories etched into the very fabric of the land. They speak of a time before recorded history, a time when their ancestors crossed the Bering Land Bridge, embarking on a journey that would lead them to populate a continent. Their ancient traditions, passed down through generations, offer glimpses into a worldview vastly different from the European mindset. They believed in the interconnectedness of all things, in the sacredness of the natural world. Their ceremonies were pathways to connect with the divine, to seek guidance from the ancestors. Their dances were expressions of their spirituality, their connection to the earth. To listen to the whispers of the ancients is to embark on a journey of rediscovery. It is to recognize that their history stretches back through the mists of time, a testament to the enduring spirit of a people who have always called this land their home. The arrival of European explorers marked a tumultuous chapter in Native American history. 2 worlds collided, one ancient, the other driven by conquest. This encounter had profound consequences for both sides. Europeans posed a threat unlike any before. Treaties were signed, often under duress. These agreements became bitter reminders of broken promises. European diseases decimated populations. Smallpox, measles, and influenza swept across the land. The fabric of Native American society was torn asunder, yet, the spirit of resistance flickered. Some vowed to defend their lands and cultures. The stage was set for a centuries-long struggle for survival. The ink on the treaties was barely dry when the promises they held began to unravel. The Europeans, driven by their insatiable appetite for land and resources, encroached further and further into Native American territory. Treaties were broken, rewritten, or simply ignored, leaving the Native Americans vulnerable to exploitation and displacement. The concept of land ownership, so central to the European worldview, was foreign to the Native Americans, who viewed the earth as a sacred trust, a living entity to be respected and protected, not exploited for personal gain. This fundamental difference in perspective lay at the heart of much of the conflict that ensued. As more and more settlers arrived from the east, pressure mounted on the Native Americans to relinquish their ancestral lands. Forced removals became commonplace, uprooting entire communities and forcing them onto reservations, often on land ill-suited for their traditional ways of life. The Trail of Tears, the forced relocation of thousands of Cherokee people from their homelands in the southeast to Oklahoma, stands as a stark and tragic symbol of this brutal chapter in American history. The government-sanctioned policy of assimilation, which sought to strip Native Americans of their languages, cultures, and spiritual beliefs, added another layer of trauma to an already devastating situation. Children were forcibly removed from their families and placed in boarding schools, where they were punished for speaking their native languages and practicing their traditions. The goal was to civilize them, to erase their identities and assimilate them into mainstream American society. The forced removals, the broken treaties, the relentless assault on their cultures and identities, these were trials by fire that tested the very soul of Native America. Yet, even in the face of unimaginable hardship, the spirit of resilience endured. The Trail of Tears, a harrowing journey of forced displacement that claimed the lives of thousands of Cherokee people, became a testament to their strength and determination. Despite the suffering and loss they endured, they carried with them the embers of their culture, their language, their stories, the flames of their heritage kept alive in their hearts. On reservations often confined to lands far less fertile than their ancestral territories, Native Americans adapted their traditional ways of life to their new circumstances. They continued to hunt, fish, and farm, drawing upon the wisdom of their ancestors to survive in a world that sought to erase them. The stories of resistance, both large and small, are woven into the fabric of Native American history. From the Pueblo Revolt of 1680, which successfully drove the Spanish out of New Mexico for over a decade, to the countless acts of defiance and cultural preservation that took place on reservations and in the shadows of a society that sought to silence them, the spirit of resistance never truly died. The fight for survival took many forms: armed resistance, legal battles, cultural revitalization efforts. Native Americans refused to be silenced, to be relegated to the dustbin of history. They fought for their right to exist, to practice their traditions, to raise their children with dignity and pride in their heritage. The Red Power movement of the 1960s and 70s marked a turning point in the struggle for Native American rights. Inspired by the Civil Rights Movement, young Native Americans rose up to demand self-determination, to challenge discrimination, and to reclaim their rightful place in American society. The occupation of Alcatraz Island in 1969, the standoff at Wounded Knee in 1973, and the passage of the American Indian Religious Freedom Act in 1978 were all significant victories in the fight for recognition and justice. These events brought Native American issues to the forefront of the national consciousness, forcing Americans to confront the legacy of injustice that had for too long been ignored. Despite the progress that has been made, the struggle for Native American rights continues today. The fight for treaty rights, environmental protection, and economic justice is far from over, but through it all, the spirit of Native America remains unbroken, a testament to the enduring power of resilience, determination, and the enduring connection to their ancestral lands and cultures. The wind whispers through the grasslands, carrying echoes of great leaders like Chief Sitting Bull and Chief Joseph, whose stories of resistance and resilience continue to inspire. Sarah Winnemucca and Charles Eastman fought with words and compassion, bridging cultural divides and advocating for justice and understanding. Elders, the keepers of traditions and stories, ensure the survival of cultural heritage, teaching the young the interconnectedness of all things. The influence of Native Americans is woven into American society from art and music to environmental justice, reminding us of their enduring legacy. Native American culture is a living presence in modern America, influencing everything from place names to democratic ideals. Native American stewardship of the land, rooted in deep ecological knowledge, offers valuable lessons for modern environmentalism. Native American cultures thrive despite adversity, with traditions and languages being revitalized and celebrated. The spirit of Native America lives on in the fight for justice and sustainability, guided by ancient wisdom and modern leadership. The connection to ancestral lands remains unbroken, a testament to the resilience and cultural memory of Native Americans. Native Americans are revitalizing languages, establishing businesses, and fighting for treaty rights, embodying resilience and adaptation. Native Americans navigate the balance between tradition and modernity, finding strength in their heritage while advocating for broader social justice. The future of Native America is filled with hope and possibility, as they reclaim their place in the world and continue to thrive. The smoke from the ceremonial fire curls skyward, a wisp of memory against a backdrop of time and change. We've journeyed through Native America, felt the pulse of a culture that refuses to be silenced. We've seen the shadows of history, the resilience of a people determined to hold on to their identity. Through it all, the spirit of Native America endures. It's a spirit woven from the land itself, from the whispers of the wind, the rush of rivers. It's a spirit that has weathered storms, emerging battered but unbroken. It's a spirit that lives on in every powwow, every story, every bead sewn onto a moccasin. It's a spirit that refuses to be extinguished, a flame passed down through generations. As we stand on the precipice of a future uncertain, we carry the lessons learned from this journey. We carry the stories, the struggles, the triumphs, the enduring spirit of Native America, and in those stories we find hope, resilience, and a roadmap towards a more just and equitable future. The journey through Native America is not one with a definitive end. It's a path that continues to unfold, a story still being written. As we step back from this cinematic exploration, we're left with a profound sense of responsibility, a call to remembrance, a commitment to honoring the truths we've uncovered. Remembrance requires more than just acknowledging the past. It demands action in the present. It means confronting the ongoing injustices faced by Native American communities, the poverty, the lack of access to healthcare and education, the systemic discrimination that continues to plague their lives. It means listening to Native American voices, amplifying their stories, supporting their fight for self-determination. It means educating ourselves and others about the true history of this nation, a history that has for too long been sanitized and distorted. Remembrance is not a passive act, it's a call to action. It's about honoring the past by fighting for a better future. A future where Native American voices are heard, their rights respected, their cultures celebrated. It's about recognizing that their struggle is our struggle, their fight for justice is a fight for the soul of America. The first light of dawn paints the sky with hues of hope and renewal. As we conclude this journey through the heart of Native America, we're left with a sense of cautious optimism, a belief that a brighter future is possible if we choose to create it together. The path forward requires understanding, empathy, and a willingness to dismantle the systems of oppression that have for too long marginalized Native American voices. It demands a commitment to justice, to equality, to honoring the treaties and promises that have been broken for far too long. It means supporting Native American-led initiatives, amplifying their voices in the halls of power, and working together to create a future where their cultures can flourish, their languages can thrive, and their children can inherit a world where their rights are respected and their contributions to society are celebrated. The journey towards reconciliation and healing is a long and arduous one, but it's a journey we must take together. For in the resilience, the wisdom, and the enduring spirit of Native America, we find not just a reflection of our shared past, but a beacon of hope for a more just and equitable future. It's a future where we walk side by side, honoring the past, embracing the present, and creating a dawn where all can thrive.